Hey everyone, welcome to this week's video. So this week I'm showing you the 3 things that you need to have in place before you even think about starting your website. So before you've installed WordPress, before you picked your theme, there's a couple things that you really want to think about. And the first one of these things is, what's the one thing that you want people to do when they come to your website? Now, if you have taken, or if you're a member of the set, Simple Easy Tech, or if you've taken the Ultimate Website Bundle, you know that I'm all about your website having one single purpose. Your website should really be like that first thing that you want someone to do when they meet you. The first bit of information you want to share with them, that first step on a journey to getting to know you and your business better. That's why it's so important to have one big purpose for your website. So for my website, that one big purpose is to download my WordPress guide. And the reason being that that's the first step. This is the information that I want you to know first. Before we get any deeper, before I can really start helping you with the tech, you got to know the basics, and this guide gives you those basics. This can be different depending on what the type of website you have, what your business is all about. So this is just an example from my website. And again, simple purpose. It's all over my blog. It's all over my videos. It's what everything's all about. Come join me and get this free guide and get weekly tips for your website. That's the simplest thing for me to do for you. That's the quickest thing for me to do for you. And that's really what I want you to do when you come to my website. The second thing that you need, and very, 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 very important, is a branding guide, a branding board. So if you'll notice here, I have actually a whole private Pinterest board that's all about my branding for my website. So when I see images or anything that I think fits my brand, I really pop it in here. So on the whole board, I have a lot more images. This is just my simple branding board. So it has my colors, my 3 main colors. It has different textures that I like to use, the names of the fonts that I use. You can even add this. I have this in Canva already, but you can add the actual hex color codes. Your web designer will absolutely love you if you do that for them. It also has a quote that's really important to me, that's something that's really motivated me. And it also has my logo on it. This right here, if I were to say to somebody, listen, this is what my brand's all about, this sums it all up right here. What's great about having this is there's no guesswork. I don't need to play around with color combinations. I don't need to play around with images. I don't need to pick different fonts, spend hours going through fonts. I don't know, raise your hand if you've been there. I spent so much time on Canva picking different font combinations. I don't need to worry about that anymore. I've got it all. So very, very simply, if I want something in my brand, I just change the colors, I change the fonts, I change the images, and bam, it's in my brand. So it's very, very important to make sure that you have some kind of, and this I just did in Canva, by the way, just popping little different boxes in different spots. There was nothing fancy about this. There was no techie stuff about it. I just popped a bunch of tiles into Canva and it became my branding board. The last thing you want to make sure that you have in place is your content. Primarily, you want content for your about page and for your sales page, so whatever services that you're offering. You'll notice here on my about page, I'm just going to use this as an example, I've got a lot of headings here. It's really all about coming to this page and getting an idea of who I am. And again, I spent a lot of time on this. This didn't happen overnight. None of this happened overnight, actually. This has taken me years to perfect. So if you're just in the beginning stages of your journey with your website, don't worry, it's perfectly normal. I've changed my brand. I can't even tell you how many times and before I really got it to what I wanted it to be. But if you'll notice here, bam, this is what I'm all about. I help people create websites that work for them. That's me in a nutshell. That's what I do. That's what I'm here to help you with. You've got some bullet points and a logo slider to show you all the different ways that I've been recognized in the world. Really quickly here, you can see my story, you can see my mission, and you get some fun facts about me. And again, this is all about getting someone to get a little idea of who I am. Like if you wanted to know about me, right here. I almost became a lawyer. Fun little story here. There's a lot of great information on here, but I didn't write it as if I was writing an article. This is not something that you would put into a newspaper article or something for, the New York Times. This is content for my website, and it's divided up into different ways so that it makes it easy for someone to read. Same thing with my blog posts, same thing with my content on social media. I make sure that I break it up in that way. So those are the 3 things that you absolutely must have before you even think about starting your website. I would love to hear yours, and of course see your branding boards and your websites. So pop them down in the comments below and I will be happy to take a look for you. See you next week. Bye everyone.